Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Week 4 edition of Birds vs. Boys. Cowboys coming off a thrilling defeat. Not really at all, just a big defeat. And the Philadelphia Eagles coming off one of the most improbable victories probably in this century, if not of all time, ending with the biggest man possible running down the field who is in the best shape of his life with a blocked field goal for a touchdown. And now, in primetime, the Packers and Micah Parsons come back to town in Dallas for the show of all shows that everybody has been looking for since the trade. So, Aiden, I would like to start with... Can you talk to me about some of these edge rushers? I want to talk with the 10th pick in the NFL draft in the 2026 season for the Dallas Cowboys. We need edge help. And I saw that there was an edge, Dennis Sutton from Penn State. Can you talk to me a little bit about him? Is he a good edge, or should we go Folk out of Auburn?
Dennis Sutton actually is an unreal edge from Penn State. Him and Abdul Carter on the same team together were crazy. They even, if I'm thinking of the right time last year, they would line him up inside with Micah on the outside. Poor SMU, they got to know him real good. So, yeah, he could be anything. He could even be Micah Parsons.
Could you imagine taking a generational pass rusher from Penn State at the 10th overall pick? And
could you imagine doing that? What I thought you were going to show me, the video that we had when we were together on draft night when I freak out and celebrate because we took Devontae Smith, and then 2 picks later, you get Micah. So I thought that was the video where we're going to relive old times one last time before Micah returns to Dallas as a Green Bay Packer this week. I thought it was the best Sunday Night Football preview since the Welcome to New York one, when we first found out that Taylor Swift was dating Travis Kelce, and the next week they played the Jets at MetLife. So they did like a Welcome to New York with her song with the Chiefs playing in the background. I was like, that's good marketing. They had a little, I just hope that you are better now, with Post Malone with just Micah highlights. He's like, I never meant to let you down. And it pans to the crowd in Dallas. I'm like, this is awesome. This is great marketing.
And Post being a huge Cowboys fan as well.
Yeah, I'm sure he's like, wait, me? He's the meme where he's like pointing at himself with my song.
And then they also, on their Instagram, I think it was either Sunday night or it was just like the nameplate of Micah Parsons in the white and blue. And then it was just like, zzz, and it just shifts to his nameplate in the back of his jersey in Green Bay. And that's all it is. And I was like, okay.
Great. Awesome. Good stuff.
But I think the bigger thing that we need to talk about is how the Philadelphia Eagles just can't beat the Buccaneers in the regular season.
That is true. Hey, this is a huge week for both of us. I think when we both, as soon as that Micah trade happened, we both looked at week 4 and we were like, this could go bad and not good for both of us. This is Citi Field South. If you're a Phillies and Eagles fan, the 2 places the Philadelphia teams go, they're just not going to win. So I don't know if you want to knock my preview out early, but
the first thing I want to ask real quick.
Really, your week to shine.
Yeah, I don't know about shine.
And by shine, I mean you will be on TV.
Yeah, late at night, which I just want to go to sleep, and now I'm going to be stuck watching Micah Parsons have 7 sacks. Why does it seem as though the Eagles go to Tampa every single year?
We do. It is a weird schedule quirk because it's just honestly coincidence. It's only been one time we've gone down there because we were playing the NFC South. Every other time, it's because we matched up divisionally. Like they won their division, we won ours. So you play the first place team. And it's been like that twice now. And then we got seeded with them in the playoffs twice as well. So it just keeps happening. Only one time has it actually been designated to play them because we're playing the NFC South. What division do we play next year? Because no, we just played the NFC South last year, and that was the time that we were actually designated to play them. But
it's like the Cowboys with the Packers too. Cowboys play the Packers every year.
I feel like I've seen that game every year. Also, the Chiefs and the Bills play each other every year just because they're never designated to play AFC West versus AFC North, or AFC East. It just keeps happening because they keep both winning the division. And then at the end, they're always in the playoffs matched up against each other.
The Cowboys, too, we speak about that they play the Packers every year. They have not beaten the Packers since Dak's rookie year in 2016.
We need to do a where are they now on that guy who had the Snapchat where it was like there's a minute 16 left in the fourth and they're celebrating and it's the Packers fan at Dallas Stadium. And then Aaron Rodgers leads that crazy comeback and they win. We need to do a where are they now? We actually need him just in the house on Sunday Night Football. If I could give another marketing idea to the great people of Sunday Night Football, find that guy and bring him to the game in a Micah jersey and sit him in the same seats that he was in.
And have him like put like a TikTok out that says something like they had a generational pass rusher, and with 6 days before the season, they only had 6 days.
They're celebrating having Micah on their team, and there's still 6 days left before the season.
That's what makes it so much worse that he went to the Packers. It's like that's the team that has demoralized you or ended your season.
Yeah,
more times than even the San Francisco 49ers lately, and we know how those games have ended in recent years. It's either the Dez catch or the Aaron Rodgers last-second comeback or the absolute demoralizing beatdown at home that I don't think the Cowboys still – that I've said it all last year. I'm going to continue to say it. They're still hungover from that loss. And then you send Micah Parsons there. Okay.
It is kind of funny if we would intertwine these two teams and these two games together. This week, Nolan Smith goes on IR. He re-injured the tricep that he hurt in the Super Bowl when he tore it. And from the start, it was just this assumption that Nolan Smith and Jalix Hunt would increase their snap load, have the same level of production, and then some, and become these reliable starting level, almost all-pro guys. And that is a lot to ask of those two people. You're seeing over the course now why the Eagles were so in on giving up a haul from Micah Parsons. Now, the Cowboys weren't willing to take that haul on from the Eagles. So it's funny to hear you say the Cowboys didn't want to give Micah to their biggest rival. So they just gave him to the team that demoralizes them the most.
Yep. Perfect. It's just perfect.
Yeah.
It would have.
Well, we can't give him to the Eagles. Like,
yeah, no, you can't.
Did the Broncos not call?
Aiden, I would have had to quit this show because there would have been nothing left.
I would have been insufferable. I hope you know that.
Exactly why I would have quit.
We have a great friendship. It would have been tested. You would have gotten sick of me.
Nope. No, the friendship gone, canceled, over, show over, everything over. All right.
That would be literally a dream come true. That, like, I've been wanting him to be an Eagle since that kid got his driver's license when he was 16. I would have had a parade. Speaking of that leads us into the game. Speaking of parades, way too early parades. The Packers, if I could say one thing about them that would give the Cowboys a shot, the level of focus.
Deion Sanders and Charles Woodson show up? Prime?
Yes.
Okay.
Charles
Haley?
They lost to the Browns. Right?
They did lose to the Browns.
So the Cowboys are better than the Browns.
Are they, though?
Offensively, they are definitely better than the Browns.
Are they, though?
No doubt in my mind that at least offensively, they are better. Defensively, I don't think many teams are better than the Browns. But I think Cleveland's going to play a 13-10 game every week.
No CeeDee Lamb. Your starting center's out. Your first-round rookie guard is gone. Are they, though?
Maybe that should be the game of the week. What should be the theme song to Cleveland, Dallas on Saturday Night Football?
Are they, though? I mean,
Wake Me Up When September Ends by Green Day.
The way you beat the Packers is the way that the Browns did. You need to rattle Jordan Love, get him off his spot, put pressure on him like any great quarterback. It was the same way with Tom Brady or anybody. Same thing happens with Jalen Hurts. That's what the Browns can do. Myles Garrett and that defensive line. Caleb Williams is still sitting in the pocket 6 days later, and it's clean. That was his. You know that was his first ever game in the NFL without getting sacked.
It's kind of funny that the week that I was like, I think I'm out on Caleb Williams, he has his best performance. Doesn't get sacked one time, threw for 300.
You know how there's like the get right game, like colleges, they after a big game against a rival, they'll then play like a Northwest State school just to like get their that's what the Cowboys defense is for any offense right now. They're just the get right, pad your stats, feel good, pat yourself on the back. Let's get back on the plane, have some caviar and some champagne, and we're gonna party. Like that's I would love to sit in an offensive game plan room with coaches for opposing staffs going against this Cowboys defense and just hearing them be like, ooh, that's going to be fun.
They, you know how there's certain times that, like, we can pick on this side of the ball. The Eagles are very much going through that right now.
Yep.
We can pick on this side of the edge. We can set some good blocks, some double team blocks here, and we'll have some gaps. I'm assuming they walk into the film room of the Dallas defense and they're like, open book, fellas. What do we want to do this week?
That's it. Like against the Giants, they had their backup tackle, right? You're like, okay, we're going to abuse him. We're going to take advantage of him. Dude had 6 penalties on the first drive.
Yeah.
And then they put in the backup's backup and no pressure. Russell Wilson, 400 yards.
It was a bad look for Russell Wilson to go from 400 yards to essentially benched for his performance against Kansas City. Albeit it's a good Kansas City defense in a must-win situation, but man, was that a staunch difference.
How about that Trent McDuffie, huh? That was your favorite player coming out of the draft.
Those Washington guys, I've never said a bad word about them ever.
So yeah, it's just, listen, let's go into the Eagles game since that's the 1:00 game, and then let me catch my breath and try and wrap my brain around how I want to attack this Cowboys defense. Well, that's actually very easy to attack the Cowboys defense. I don't really have to think about it.
Yeah. Open book.
Are they though? All right, let's go down to Tampa.
If anything, we have great sound bites coming from this show. Let's go down to Tampa as we do every fucking September. If you're an Eagles fan, my God, can we also just not play them when it's still the dead of summer? Every year we go there and it's 108 degrees and you go, wait, where's that guy? And they report from a sideline and they got the sideline reporter and they're like this. All right, we've got some injury updates for the Eagles. Both of their receivers are out, cramps. Safety's out, cramps. Jordan Davis, cramps. Jalen Carter out, cramps. Like every time we go down there, we play them in 1,000-degree heat and humidity. It's a trending on a thunderstorm from the corner for 3 quarters. It's just, if we're going to have to play
90
them,
degrees with 55% chance of thunderstorms on Sunday in Tampa.
And that's the heat. That doesn't even account for the humidity, which real feel will be 103.
Yep. And then there's going to be a 45-minute thunderstorm break.
Yep, there will. I just, if we're gonna play them, could we play them for November for once? But okay,
when everybody wants to go to Florida,
when everyone wants, yeah. Can we also the Eagles? Could we be snowbirds? Could we go down and play them December 5th?
Why not?
Why can't we? We have to go to Lambeau and Buffalo this December. Could we go to Buffalo this week and go to Tampa week 17? It would be a lot better for all of us.
The NFL is just the NFL schedule makers is just an evil fucking meteorologist for you right now. It's like,
he is.
Send them to the heat in the summer. Let's send them to the snow in the winter.
Man, like how can we fuck this team over the most? I am about to complain about how the Packers looked ahead on their schedule. I am a huge hypocrite because I did the same thing with the Eagles. I had a reason, though. I wanted to see if we would play Carson Wentz. That was my reason. But if we can make it through this game, we got Broncos at home, Giants, Vikings, Giants again.
Jackson Darts Giants.
Jackson Darts Giants. So I don't know. I feel like let's not get ahead of ourselves. Like I said, like the Packers did with the Cleveland Browns this week. Now, as we've mentioned a million times, and you'll hear a million more before kickoff, the Eagles are the bad news bears when they show up in Tampa. That does ignore some context, though. Last year, no A.J. Brown, no Devontae Smith, no Lane Johnson. You could argue your three most important guys on offense. They lost Jalen Carter at one point during that game. They lost Reed Blankenship during that game. There is some context to why they're losing down there. They have never, every game that they have lost to Tampa, they have not had A.J. Brown. We rediscovered that he existed and he is good at football in the second half against the Rams. So
have you ever seen that guy on Instagram who he's like, he does all the players and he like makes all the videos. He always wears the helmet. I think he's on Bustin' with the Boys. He did a receivers one and he was doing all the ones. And then he did A.J. Brown. He was just sitting in the middle of the field reading a book. He's like, AJ, what are you doing? He's like, not going to throw me the ball anyway. And then they go back to him being quarterback. And he's like, and he just like, and then he runs. He's like, told you.
That's funny.
It was really funny. But yes, they happened to all of a sudden come out of their shell and be like, oh, he's down the sideline. Let's throw it to him for 30 yards.
They acted like they discovered the forward pass and they turned into the Flint Tropics when they created the alley-oop. And they were just like, let's just keep doing this. This is really working. It was kind of funny that by not by choice, but by force, they had to throw the football. And turns out they're actually pretty good at doing it. So I do think it was a moment of regathering ourselves that we can now go into Tampa and be like, all right, we are good in every phase of this game. Every team so far, a lot of zone against the Eagles, shading these receivers. Now, so I think more you're challenged where you now have to look more deep shots, more A.J. Brown involvement. Yep. And the more you're looking at those guys, the less your eyes are in the backfield on Saquon Barkley. And what I would love to see early, as I almost choked to death, you mentioned Tampa, and you get the Black Plague, a strained hamstring, torn tricep. But I would love them. And we had Shane Half on. If you haven't checked out that interview, he is the best eye in the sky for the Eagles fans in terms of breaking down all 22. He told me he had like 48 clips, offense and defense, that he tweeted out from the Rams game. What he mentioned is, 48 different plays that he broke down, tweeted out the clip of. Crazy, right?
I would love to just be able to sit and do that all day.
I know, my eyes would be bleeding.
Literally.
I guess I do that. It's just I break down 48 Excel spreadsheets instead. So
That's true.
His might just be a more fun version.
Very much so.
He would like them, and I would like them. Come out and empty. Spread out the field. Make the Buccaneers have to cover all 53 yards of the football field. You have so much talent. Utilize it.
Yep.
Put the pressure back on the defense. Because what's been happening too much early on, at least, is the James Harden effect. And Kobe Bryant broke this down. He's like, he's great, but it's really easy to guard a guy if the ball is stuck on his hand for 17 seconds of the shot clock. Because then every defender can kind of slouch away from their man, play a little help defense. They're prepared for it. The Eagles are spending 25 seconds on the game clock, getting to the line, and then handing it to Saquon. And it's like, well, for the defense, this just becomes a lot easier because they know exactly where this is going. If they knew based on formation what we were going to do. Now, passing game's back. You got more to worry about. Come out and empty, sling it around a little bit to start.
An analogy for me in this is I played and coached lacrosse, and I don't know if you've watched much lacrosse, but fastest growing sport in the world. But it's the same thing, and it's very much the same as basketball. If you have, let's say, your best midfielder or attackman, and he's just got the ball in his stick and he's trying to drive to the goal every time by himself, it's the same thing. Defenders can leak in off their man a little bit, and then they can play help defense, double, boom. But if you're winging the ball around the perimeter and it's going fast, and you just wait, you have that 1 second, you make the right move, boom, you have a shot to the goal. And it's the same thing. If you're all game long, Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown, bang, bing. They cannot keep their eyes in the backfield. And then all of a sudden, it's a Saquon Barkley 67-yard touchdown to the house.
Correct. And I knew all that because I did play lacrosse for one day.
Perfect. That's all you need to learn it.
We never made it to that lesson that you gave. Maybe if you were my coach.
Maybe. But that's what we saw last year. Like all those open holes from Saquon. Listen, the offensive line is fantastic. Probably the best in the league. We'll see if I don't know what's happening with Lane Johnson. You'll let me know. But
he's going to play.
Okay. So even better. But it's not just the offensive line, and that does not take anything away from them. It's also the way you play offense that's going to open those holes as well.
And exactly. And also, like when Dallas Goedert was out there putting multiple tight ends on the field, going in heavy sets because Calcaterra, God love him, can't block. I don't even have an analogy. I'm just going to say it like this. He can't block. There's nothing about it. He just can't do it.
It's kind of like Jake Ferguson right now, our guy. He either can or doesn't want to.
It looks like a Looney Tunes cartoon. And he looks like who's the pistol guy? Sam with the mustache and everything.
Yeah.
You know how he gets himself fired up? He's like he'll be just like hopping.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of how he looks. He never like sets and hits somebody. He like tries to, and he's moving his feet, and then the next thing you know, the defender's behind. But so they were trying to like overcompensate for that. Now Goddard's back. Instead of being in these jumbo heavy sets with multiple tight ends, spread them out. Yep. Say, listen, we're going to come out and empty and shotgun, and we can bring Saquon, and if I'm Jalen Hurts, he can come stand next to me if I need a pal. But for the most part, I am going to spread you out, and if we can throw for 3, 4, 5 yards on first down so that we're not in 3rd and 12 and Todd Bowles isn't a maniac against us on 3rd and 12, finding new ways to recreate and gauge 8, we'll be all right. So that is what I would love to see. Get out there, have some fun. Play it like a spring 7-on-7 to bring back sports again. Spring 7-on-7. Sling it around the first quarter.
And I would say get up early. That's another. You don't want Baker Mayfield playing with confidence.
No, they've been pulling some comebacks too. That was the other problem.
Yes.
How we got screwed last year and we turned into a hospital ward. Every drive of theirs was 14 plays. So our defense was just out there sweltering. We looked like the SpongeBob movie when SpongeBob and Patrick got out of the water and they thought they were going to die and they were just like stuck in the sun. You remember that?
Yep.
That's what our defense looked like out there. So you're right. Don't let them have confidence so they keep these drives moving. It was helped by the fact this is my favorite clip from last year because every time I watch this clip, I can't believe we won a Super Bowl. We were getting smoked. And Avonte Maddox was asking Mike Evans, he's like, yo, you still be gaming?
Oh, my God.
I got you on Fortnite. You want to play? That team won a Super Bowl.
You're just like, what? What do we – any chance, reason, want, need for C.J. Gardner-Johnson?
No.
He's not looked good this year.
No. Well, we needed to press the panic button and then some on Houston as a whole. I don't think he's totally in the wrong. But that being said, it doesn't the Makuba is playing well.
That's what I was
so
yeah.
If they sign him, it would be for depth. But does he want to come in and be a depth piece on this team? No, he wants to be a starter.
We're at a place where he won a Super Bowl. There's no chance.
Yeah, it's weird to bring him back in the fold and be like, hey, welcome back. We've diminished your role and your pay.
Welcome back again.
Welcome back again for the 3rd time. If he gets desperate, maybe.
Yeah.
But it feels like if the way they talk about Makuba, not giving up that job anytime soon.
No, I agree.
Now, real quick on the defense, though. Chris Godwin's a full participant. That shocked me. I thought it would be at least 6 weeks.
I mean,
I don't know what they get from him. Last time we saw him on a football field, his foot was on backwards. So I don't know what his use is going to be. They don't have Mike Evans.
Nope.
But this is gonna be a challenge again for whoever's opposite of Quinyon. They have avoided this as long as they possibly can. It's like the "what are we" talk. They now have to do that with Cooper DeJean and be like, what are we? Are we a nickel corner or are we an outside corner? With Jacorian Bennett also going on IR, it feels like we're at, and Adoree Jackson might not play. We might just be out of options and he might just have to play outside.
Yep. This is a game where they're going to have to try and scheme for Ibuka, because that's our guy. He has just been playing lights out to start his career.
Awesome, right?
Both loved him. I wanted the Cowboys to take him, but
we said that in the draft. We were like, so every scout loves him. Every football fan loves him.
He is the all-time leading receiver from The Ohio State University,
who people call wide receiver U. And people are like, well, he has a ceiling. And I'm like, well, what is it? Because it feels like it's a ceiling of a skyscraper right now.
It feels like the ceiling is fucking touchdowns every week.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah. If this is the ceiling, sign me up.
What? The roof is the floor, or what did he say? The roof is the ceiling. What did Michael Jordan say?
The ceiling is the roof.
Yeah, the ceiling is the roof. That's what it is. Okay.
The ceiling is the roof. The Micah Parsons experience.
They should make shirts like that down in Tampa.
They should down in Tampa. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So I think the biggest thing to avoid from last year is spreading them out, throwing it around a little more, getting A.J. Brown involved, and then on defense, like I said, you're starting to see why they tried to trade it for Micah. They did bring in Zadarius Smith. It's still a good group, but you're down a guy, and Jalen Carter. This has to be the Jalen Carter game, because right now what people are saying about him on tape, something, we're a little lax. This is how I'll leave it. So we need him to get round into form.
Do you think that leads back to what you said after week one, after the spitting incident, where it would kind of everyone's mad at me, hanging his head type thing?
A little bit. I think I don't think it's not all effort. Like when Shane was on, he was explaining, he was like, they were kind of doing this like weird roll thing where they were like kind of trying to loop him outside, and then he's kind of just like out of the play. So
just let him fucking attack.
Yeah, that's the thing. And they were trying to like do this, and I understand it. They were like trying to get Jordan Davis inside and then loop Jalen Carter outside. I'm with you. Just let him attack. It feels like
he's a pit bull that they're trying to turn into a show dog.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's exactly what it is. I feel like this has to be the Saints game all over. When Saquon came up to him and was like, we need you. Like, I ain't been on the other side. People fear you. Like, I think someone just needs to get in his ear and be like, you're a dog, be a dog. And Jordan Davis, 18 miles an hour, best shape of his life. He's been awesome. Let those two attack.
Just so you can, this will enjoy. I waited to tell you this till we could talk live. I was down the shore in LBI with my wife, the two girls, and then her sister, husband, and they have two daughters. And we put all four of the girls napped, 1:00, perfect. Brought the TV outside. We were sitting watching.
Love that.
Everybody's all Eagle fans, but me, obviously. I'm staying quiet. Rams are going, doing this. But then as soon as they started hitting field goals instead of touchdowns, I'm like, this is an Eagles comeback. I can feel it. And then they started coming back, The girls started waking up and brought the TV back inside. We're getting ready to go to the boardwalk. And I got my 3-year-old daughter and her cousin singing the Eagles fight song. I have it on video, the whole thing. And then they scored the touchdown. They go nuts. We're getting ready to leave. They're like, it's over. I'm like, man, not over yet. And then the Rams are going down the field, and I'm like, here we go. All right, 44-yard field goal. And as soon as I saw that, they didn't know because they didn't react fast enough. As soon as I didn't see the little thing going up in the air, I'm like, that was blocked. And then all of a sudden, I see Jordan Davis's big fat ass, and I'm like, you mother, and they're going nuts. And I'm just surrounded by estrogen-filled Eagle craziness. And I'm like, okay, this is my life.
This is your life.
Go to the boardwalk.
You would have appreciated. I made it outside of my house for this Eagles game. I was outside in the public with other people. I was at a baby shower.
Oh yeah, I did see it.
Yes. it was so funny because they had us do like flip cup but diapers. So we had to go down the line. Everybody put the diaper on the bear one by one.
How did you enjoy it? Was it fun? Did you do good?
I feel like we did. Well, my team won, so I feel like we did all right.
Perfect.
But
Perfect.
we were doing that, and there's like Eagles games on the phone, like on the table as we're going. So it's like 3rd and 10 for the Eagles, and you're trying to figure out how to get this diaper on a bear. And I was like, the stadium pulse is just all the way up right now. But the baby shower ends, and then we go into the bar section of the country club. Blocked field goal, everybody going nuts. I was like, wow, this is kind of cool watching the game with other people and celebrating and not being a hermit.
How about that?
How about
You
that?
get to have some fun. Love it.
Get to have some fun. I will leave it at this, and then we're on to Cowboys, Packers. Jalen Hurts, psycho. I don't think that he likes that he loses to Tampa all the time.
Nope.
He's a winner. He likes winning. This could be the week.
Yeah, I don't, even his face when they hit that, when Jordan Davis blocked and was running down the field, just no emotion.
He was hype in the locker room, though.
Yeah.
It was cool to see him hype. And when he like interrupted the interview with Maria Taylor and Jordan Davis, he's like, I told you, man. I knew you were going to block it. I was like, hey, he's there. He's alive.
Hey, how are you?
How excited are you going to be Sunday 20? Here, let me start with this non-game related. Do you think that they do a thank you tribute to
No,
Micah?
Jerry already said he is not. He said it's not appropriate.
It's not appropriate.
So there will be no before field video or anything. Aiden, feelings are very hurt. Anger is still there. Jerry's a narcissistic old man. Yep. No chance. And Mike, they asked Mike about it, and I forget. He said something like, "I guess my acknowledgement will be leaving there with a win or something."
It's like when you're in a relationship and the person blocks you on Instagram, and you're like, "Okay, this just gives me even more clarity that this was right to not be with you." Yep. That's probably how Micah feels. Like, I'm not putting a thank you on the big board for you. It's like, okay, I'm definitely in a better place now.
You know what would be funny? Did the Cowboys play the Seahawks this year?
We do not play the West, so I don't know.
It just would have been fun. Well, I guess DeMarcus Lawrence was there longer, but I'm just saying if he did like one for DeMarcus Lawrence. But yeah, so there will be no tribute prior to the game for Micah. I'm going to be dead serious here. I 100% do not see how they can win this football game.
The no CD thing is what's killing me. Like it's hard for me to see a path of victory.
And the problem even more with that is, okay, you got George Pickens, and everyone said in this scenario, if CD ever went down, now you still have a wide receiver 1 because you have a 1 and 1A. But we saw what happened in Chicago the other week. He didn't elevate himself and be like, oh, this is my time to shine. He runs bad routes. He looks like he loafs at times. Even the one-handed touchdown he had. Now, listen, he could have been selling this, and if he did, he's the best used car salesman of all time. But he looked like the ball just surprised him. Like, oh, they're not coming to me. I'm gonna loaf through, and then shit, one-handed catch. So I don't know if all of a sudden against this Packers defense, who's been playing really well, if he's going to all of a sudden become a precise route runner and, get separation. Like, besides CeeDee Lamb, there's not a receiver on this team, I guess Turpin a little bit, that creates separation for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Pickens doesn't do it. Turpin definitely doesn't do it. We'll see if Ryan Flanoy can do it, but CeeDee's like the guy. And even Jake Ferguson definitely doesn't do it. Did you see his stat line from the Bears game? Jake Ferguson?
I know that he has a lot of receptions and a lot of yards since his last touchdown. I don't know what his exact stat line was, though.
His stat line in the Bears was 13 catches.
Yep.
For 68 yards.
He's a PPR scam.
Like,
I'm picking him up in fantasy.
13 catches for 68 yards. My man.
What does that come out to?
Can we get a little yak? Just a little bit. Just a little
Do
bit.
the math in my head of what that would be.
Just please. So I don't know. You have this. People are like, oh, well, it's desperate team, just like the Bears were a desperate team. And I'm like, yeah, but the Packers are also coming off a loss to the Browns.
I think the loss to the Browns was the worst thing that could happen to the Cowboys.
100%.
And here's my thing with the Packers. They lost to the Browns, and after the game, they were talking about undefeated seasons. What?
I know.
It's week 3. Like, if that is your mindset, you are never going to go undefeated. You're never going to have a deep playoff run. If you're focused on January and February and September, you are never going to succeed in this league. That little tip off to me was like, okay, this is a great team. I don't have to worry just yet. Like, if I'm an Eagles fan, I'm defending the throne. You would never, ever hear Jalen Hurts after a loss or A.J. Brown talk about, well, it's tough to go undefeated. Or like they said earlier in the week, it's like, I think we can go undefeated. Multiple guys talking about undefeated seasons. I don't even see an orange leaf outside yet, and you guys are talking about an undefeated season. It's still warm in Green Bay right now, and you guys are talking about undefeated. Yeah, so that lack of focus.
Yep. Woof. Or just lack of focusing on the wrong thing.
Yes. If you want to be undefeated, you need to win that week. You should be going in wanting to just annihilate the Browns, to be 3-0.
And I think all of this is the perfect storm for Dallas, right? They're coming off that loss. They're going to be pissed off. They're going to a place they feel comfortable. Jordan Love definitely feels comfortable in that building. They're going against arguably the worst defense in the league right now, especially against the pass. And they have a generational pass rusher who is angry at that organization. And it seems as though they have really embraced him as a brother on that team. And every single person on that team is going to want to fucking lay the wood against them, not only to win the game, but also for Micah. And I think it's going to be a death sentence.
I think it's I think it could swing the other way because you're 100% right. I think
there are other instances where I could see that. I don't see it. I just don't.
I don't think they want to get embarrassed on national TV by Micah.
I don't think they have a choice.
I was going to say, from a talent perspective, I don't know if they have a choice. From like a pride culture perspective, I don't know. I think just in a moment like that, when you're on national TV, like I think they're going to try to swing. Like I really think this is a game where they've got like a special teams, fake that they go all out on, and they go extra aggressive. And Kevontae Turpin returns one to the 50, and you see this whole sideline, this hype, and they start to believe a little bit. I don't know if that puts them over the top against a team as talented as the Packers, and it might even backfire because if this game is close and it's 24-20, fourth quarter, it's 3rd and 6. And Micah comes around that corner and gets to Dak, like that is probably actually a worse case scenario than getting blown out.
Or I also, I could see some of that happening, right? Turpin, huge return to the 5th, let's say the 45, right? It's a close game. And then George Pickens with a 35-yard pass interference call, right? And then it's just because it's a Turpin touchdown, you go up 3, right? Everybody's hype. And then Jordan Love hits Romeo Doubs for a 75-yard touchdown.
Yeah.
Like that. Like that. Because the thing about this season, too, is the offense has to win these games. There is no choice. There is no option. They should just take punt. I don't care if you're at your 17-yard line. Go for it on 4th down because a punt is just as good as at least 3 points. Every punt is a real turnover with the way that defense is playing right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
The scheme is bad. They have – I just don't understand why he continues to play Donovan Wilson as a single high safety. That is not what Donovan Wilson is good at. He wasn't good at that at Texas A&M. He is a down-the-hill linebacker who likes to blow people up. He can't change direction. He has been trained to have his eyes in the backfield. And every single team is salivating at it. Put Wanye Thomas out there. Put Elijah Clark, your rookie free agent safety from Syracuse, who they love, who has range. Brian Schottenheimer said that things were going to change, scheme and personnel. We'll see about that. Coaches like to talk big, but are you willing to actually make some changes? Because, I mean, they need to make a change at linebacker too. The starting linebackers have not been good enough. I mean, Clark and Sanborn, and Kenneth Murray continues to be the worst player on the field. Who would have thought that when you traded for him after the season he had at Tennessee last year?
Former first-round pick.
Is he though?
Is he though?
I just put Maris Leofau out there, who plays with his hair on fire. Figure something out with the secondary. Sit Elam down. I think you need to keep
Former first-round pick.
Is he though? You need to keep Reddy White out there because he's actually been playing some solid nickel. I think you need Deron Bland outside. Hopefully he comes back this week. We'll see what Trayvon Diggs can give you. But there's no pressure from the edges, right? Ezeraku continues to run straight at people. Sam Williams has it angers me so much that a player like Sam Williams, who is so big and so strong and so fast, just doesn't use any of it. Can you imagine? You know how much I would give to be that big and that strong and that fast?
I think about this at the gym every day.
Quite literally
every day.
And he is. So just use your gift.
Yeah,
man.
He's the big guy in basketball where they don't go up strong. You have a 6'6" kid on your team and they're the biggest kid on the floor and they get the ball in the paint so easily and they just refuse to go up strong and miss layups. Give me some of that height if you're not gonna fucking use it
a little bit, please. So listen, maybe Jadeveon Clowney comes in and gives them some kind of boost. A picture came out of him at practice yesterday, and he looks as thin as CeeDee Lamb. I don't know what happened. So maybe they're going to give him some wide receiver snaps too. But
thin in a good way or thin in a bad way?
Thin in a I don't know kind of way. He lost some weight big time. But
I thought we were on the best shape of our life.
He literally looked like CeeDee. I thought CeeDee's practicing. I was confused for half a second. I just, and they're a mash unit right now. Just straight ankles, just ankle biters everywhere. We got BB down, high ankle sprain. Booker down, high ankle sprain. CD down, high ankle sprain. It's just
the CD one was brutal because it was
it's huge.
To do. Yeah.
And now you have Tyler Guyton playing left tackle, who, listen, he's been playing better than he did last year, but that doesn't mean he's been playing great. You have Tyler Smith, who is your all-pro. I'm not worried about him at left guard, even though, when we drafted him, everyone laughed at me. Center, you have a backup in Hoffman. Right guard, you have a backup in TJ Bass. And then you have Terrence Steele at right tackle, who's been playing ass in pass sets. Listen, Guyton and Steele have been playing well at the run, but the problem is you have Rashawn Gary and you have Micah Parsons, and Mike also likes to rush up the A gap too, and you have backups there. So I think they're going to have to run the ball. They're going to have to establish the run. And hey, listen, Javonte Williams has been much better than anybody could have hoped for to start this season. I think what they need to do is have Dak under center, establish the run, and try and hit those play action under center passes to Pickens, to Turpin, if they want to stay in this game. And the defense just I don't know, Aiden. I really there's no pass rush. The back end is wide open every time. Tyler Kraft is going to go off. I mean, we talked about the get right game. The Bears tight ends with Cole Kmet, they had not done anything through 2 weeks of the season. And I was like, well, they're going to now, because that's just what the Cowboys do. And bang, it was just you were on. That was the easiest touchdown in flag football ever. You just feel so good. You're like, oh my God, throw me the ball. And then bang. And you're just like, yep, that was easy. That was fun. It's just, they look confused. And it's funny because everyone's like, There's so many busts. There's so much miscommunication. And there is on this defense. But there is no possible way they're making that many busts. Like, maybe sometimes they're just bad. And they're busting. Like, it's just so bad.
Bad and busting, huh?
Bad and busts. Just busting badness all over the field, Aiden. That's what I'm doing. They're letting big, deep balls down the field because they're bad and they're
busting.
It's just not a good look.
I don't even remember where we started on that conversation. That was like the Christmas vacation rant. It was like, if I want one more gift, I want this. I want my boss, Mr. Shirley, here. Just
Jerry Jones
goes on a tirade. Jelly of the month club. And another thing.
You get some Tylenol. Oh yeah, wait, I'm not even allowed to say that anymore.
And these linebackers, they stink. The jelly of the month club.
They aren't even as good as the jelly of the month club. We're at the crossroads now. It's like
I don't think you're at a crossroads.
No,
I think you're at the edge of a cliff.
Yeah, true. There was little hope heading into the season, but there was some excitement in terms of like, I want to see Booker, CD's fun. Like the first half of the Eagles game, I looked at my wife, I go, he might lead the league in receptions this year and receiving yards. And then he has major drops, and then he gets hurt, and then Booker gets hurt, and then Bland got hurt and it's just like, okay. And it's just frustrating, and it's upsetting, and it's angry, and it's the cycle. And it's like, okay, they have 2 first-round picks. Next year they have 2 first-round picks. And then it's like, but doesn't guarantee anything. Doesn't guarantee they're going to hit, because look how many draft picks they've missed on. And then I'm also fearful. It's like, oh, okay, is Jerry going to panic and trade 1 or 2 of those firsts for somebody this year that's not going to save the season? I don't know.
Always a fun thing to be thinking heading into week 4.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Looking ahead to the draft, but then also being afraid that the draft might backfire.
So we'll see.
We'll see.
If Caleb Williams did what he did last week, if Jordan Love has the kind of time, and listen, the Packers offensive line has some issues. They're playing a backup tackle now this week as well. There are holes. The only problem is that there's nobody on the defensive line that seems to want to attack bad offensive players, like offensive linemen. We've seen it in multiple weeks where they've been facing backups. They did it against the Giants. They did it against the Bears. No sacks against the Bears. So there's nothing telling me it's like, okay, they're going to attack and take advantage of the backup. Again, maybe Jadeveon Clowney comes in and gives a spark, but again, he's not Jadeveon Clowney from 6 years ago. So not putting all my eggs in that basket. But if Jordan Love has the kind of time that Caleb Williams had, they're going to put up 50.
They might. We got through this whole thing, and the one guy I was going to bring up was Josh Jacobs, and when do the levees break on the defensive line for him to take over?
Sunday,
we made it through the whole thing.
Sunday at 8:20.
Sunday at 8:20. Hey, we're so close to our prediction. Remember, we said pregame they're going to sit down in a blue lit room like you are right now. Jerry Jones one-on-one with Jason Garrett. We are just days away from our prediction coming true.
It is so true. So yeah, I don't see how they win the game, but hey, Sunday Night Football. Waited all day for Sunday night.
Should be a good one. I heard a podcast. This will be my last thing. I heard a podcast. This would be a great idea. I know it's unimaginable. We get to vote on the Sunday Night Football game of the week. Like Monday comes around. Based off of the season in the previous week, you get to vote on what game gets to be at 8:20. I think that'd be awesome.
Pretty cool.
Wouldn't that be a good idea?
Yeah.
It might still this week, honestly, be Packers Cowboys because of the storyline of Micah returning. But every week you get to vote.
Can we vote out the doubleheader this Monday night of Jets, Dolphins, Bengals, Broncos?
Yes.
Like, I'd rather let's just not have a game.
They should let all 4 teams play at the same time. They should have both games play on one field and see what happens.
Just spend time with your family.
But yeah.
Go out to dinner Monday night. Have some fun. All right, everybody. So we have the Eagles heading down to the humid confines of Tampa Bay where they love to play, and the Cowboys facing a familiar foe and a familiar teammate Sunday night in Dallas.
Ex-teammate.
1-3 staring them in the face. And I'm going to end with this too, not talking Eagles, Cowboys, but after this weekend, Aiden, either the Ravens or the Chiefs will start this season at 1-3.
That is crazy to think about. I have a Raven steak. I've preheated the oven. It's at 450 degrees. We're going to put the steak in soon. It's bubbling. I put all the ingredients into the pot, into the pan. I just have to put it in the oven. So next week, I will be pulling that Ravens steak out of the oven if they lose this game, and I will be debuting it here on Birds vs. Boys.
I'm excited for that. Can't wait. Everybody, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Let us know how you think these games will go this weekend in Tampa and in Dallas in the comments section below. Make sure you like and subscribe. And speaking of subscribing, we have eclipsed the 1,000 mark on YouTube. Thank you very much for all of our followers. Continue to tell your friends, tell your family that this show is not only for Birds fans, it's not only for Boys fans, it's for anyone who enjoys the NFL. We talk everything from draft to Super Bowl and everything in between. Follow us everywhere we are on socials at Birds vs. Boys Pod, and anywhere you listen to full podcast, Birds vs. Boys Pod, we are there as well. KMS, Aiden, enjoy all the games because, like we say every single week, even if your team stinks and your defense gives up 700 yards a game and you don't have linebackers and you don't have cornerbacks and your defensive line can't get pressure and every other play is a 60-yard pass, in March, we're going to be screaming for football, and the weeks go way too fast. So enjoy every single one of them, except the doubleheader on Monday night.
Maybe not that one. Maybe it's the coffee. Maybe it's 1,000 subscribers. I'm feeling good. I think we can do this. We can win in Tampa. We can do this, boys. We can do this.
I don't know if we can.
Chris Hansen here, and I'm going to need you all to take a seat right over there and check out Birds vs. Boys.
I think you're completely right here, and I hate it.
Yep. Hey, idiots. Stop doing dumb things.
I got 2 phones.
Upset alert. Upset alert.
I might go insane.
I think you're already there. There's no hope. Hope is gone.
If this was an AFC North podcast, we'd be done in 15 minutes.
Bob Hope.
I'm going to drink bleach.
That it?
Be the team you promised me you were going to be this year!
This is the Consciously Hopeful podcast.
I'll be watching.